So I'm going to continue on with the alternative rock theme because I would like to talk about my favorite band, which is Rise Against. I'm gonna go with alternative rock for the genre, but they started out completely as a punk rock band, but their style over the years sort of transitioned into this alternative rock. So that's the genre I'm gonna kind of be describing them as, and then probably focusing more on their newer music than their punk rock sound in the beginning. Um, this band I love because their music is super original and creative, and but especially the thing that I love most about them is their lyrics address important themes, and a lot of thought goes into their lyrics, which I love about them. Um, so for that reason too, I'm going to focus on a song that has a very clear meaning, which is their song "Make It Stop." Um, the song is all about being against bullying, which it was especially geared towards the LGBT community, um, because bullying of LGBT kids leads to suicide in a lot of cases, and so it's specifically addressing how that bullying leads to suicide and how that's wrong. And I think that it's a really good meaning because it's something that needs to be talked about, and that's not okay, and that's something that we should be actively trying to stop. Um, in the bridge of the song, the music breaks down a lot, and the lead singer specifically names the names and ages of five different people whose ages range from 13 to 18, so they're all pretty young teenagers who lost their lives as a result of suicide because of being bullied for being gay. So that makes the song a lot more personal too. And I remember when the song came out too, I was 11, and the last one they say is the kid who was 13 years old. And I remember that, I was 11 when it came out, and I was like, man, he wasn't that much older than me. And then it really hit me when I turned 13, or even 14, when I turned 14. I was like, I listened to the song and I was like, wow, I outlived that boy, and it really like resonated with me. And I think that's one of the reasons why I love the song so much. um the group as a whole has a lot of songs with different activist meanings. They range from animal rights, economic injustice, and political corruption. They'll talk about just about anything that's wrong with the world. And I personally like them because they do it in a way that you can't argue with. Like, everyone knows that this is wrong. And then it's nice because their lyrics just address these topics, and it really brings light to, like, yeah, that is wrong, maybe. And then it leads you to decide, like, what am I going to do about it. And it's not like they're telling you what to do. They're like, this is what's going on, we need to do something about this, and you're like, what can I do about it? And the other thing that I really like about the band as a whole is that they act on what they stand for, because they themselves are active animal rights activists. And then the other thing I think is really cool about them is that they are all straight edge, which means that they refuse to use drugs or alcohol, which I think is something you don't see a lot, especially in like punk rock bands. They're all, you know, drugs and alcohol all the time. They're always having problems, and so that's something that's really respectable about them, is that they refuse to do those kinds of things.